Our guest tonight is wrestling legend Scott Steiner. How you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
Very excited to have you. We've been trying to get you for a long time. We've had a lot of people on this show, but one man we've never had the pleasure of talking to is Scott Steiner. So we're very excited. Well, let's talk Slammiversary because at Impact Wrestling Slammiversary pay-per-view on Sunday, July 2nd, you team up with Josh Matthews for a tag team match against Joseph Park and Jeremy Borash. How are you preparing for your in-ring return, and what can fans expect from Big Papa Pump?
Uh, well, I just came off a shoulder series. Trying to get my shoulder back into 100%, but they can expect the same balls to the wall style that I've always wrestled. And I'm gonna putting a hurting on those two guys, especially Joseph Park, because if there's one thing that I hate in this world is lawyers. Lawyers are the scum of the earth. So I'm gonna take them. All those people that got the bill run up because a lawyer calls you up and runs up his bill just because he wants to say hi to you or whatever, just to pad his little pocket a little more. I'm gonna take all that stuff that they do to swindle the common man. You know what I mean? And take it out on Joseph Park, and I'm gonna beat the hell out of him.
Perfect. Mike Chiari, next question.
Yeah, well, at Slammiversary, yourself and Joseph Park, you're going to be in a match with two guys who don't really mix it up in the ring too often. What kinds of challenges could that present for you, and what can you do as a veteran to ensure that everything goes smoothly in that match?
Well, I don't care what amount of practice, whatever ring experience time. Once you get punched in the mouth, you either go down or you got to throw back. So it really don't matter what their reaction is. I'm going to punch in your face. You don't punch back, I'll just keep on punching in your face. You got to do something about it to stop me.
I do not want to enter a ring with you ever. I just put that on the record because I would fall down and you would just beat the shit out of me. So I don't want that. Brandon Galvin, next question.
Well, your physique is among the many reasons you've been such a memorable performer, and you mentioned you're coming off shoulder surgery. So what has your diet and training been like heading into Slammiversary?
I'm just trying to, the good thing about working out all these years, you got muscle memory. So I'm just trying to get my body back to where it was before. For about 2 or 3 years, I couldn't really raise my shoulder because it was like bone on bone, constant pain. So I finally couldn't take the pain anymore. So I went to the doctor, and he finally fixed me up, put new parts on me, oiled me up, and lubed all my parts, and I'm ready to go again.
Well, when you returned to Impact Wrestling, many fans were genuinely surprised following your departure in 2012. What was the signing process like this time, and how have you been treated thus far in Impact Wrestling?
Well, coming back, I get paid to beat people up, which is the greatest job in the world. I legally can punch somebody in the face and not get arrested for it, which, most human beings can't do that. They either get, nowadays, you get slammed with a lawyer calls you up and wants to take your civil suit on you or whatever. So it's the best job in the world. People pay me to punch somebody in the face. Josh called me up, asked me if I wanted to punch somebody in the face. I said, yeah, pay me, and it's on. So that's basically how it went down.
Mike Chiari, next question.
Well, having been gone from Impact Wrestling for so many years, what are some of the things that you saw from afar that impressed you about the company and ultimately convinced you to return for Slammiversary?
Well, when I left, nothing impressed me. That's why I left, the change in management, which was a problem. Dixie Carter's an idiot, and she brought in these other idiots, Hulk Hogan, and that's all, it's like, damn. I got to get the hell out of here, And I watched it from afar, and their product just kept getting run down. Finally, thank God, somebody else they bought it, ran her out, and now, the right guy is back in charge, Jeff Jarrett, and, that's basically who I started with before when Jeff started Impact Wrestling. So I was like, so I definitely wanted to come back and, work for the organization again.
Brandon Galvin, next question.
When you were approached to return, was there any discussion of a potential Hall of Fame induction? And what would it mean to you to enter a Hall of Fame in the future?
Yeah, already in a couple of Hall of Fames. I've been one in Michigan Hall of Fame. I'm in the Dan Gable Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. So, you know, my accolades speaks for itself. You know, let's just say I'm not losing any sleep over any Hall of Fame inductions.
I mean, the one Hall of Fame that I refuse to go in is a WWE Hall of Fame, because it's like, do you know where it's at?
It's not real.
I mean, yes. Where is it? Do you have an address? I mean, it's a bunch of bullshit. If they call me, I wouldn't go, because there's no address. You can't go see it. So where is it? So what do you think they did with that players jumping up and down on me, a statue of me? Where do you think that statue is at right now? If you had to guess, where do you think that statue's at?
I'd say a warehouse in Connecticut.
Well, I say it's in Triple H's bedroom.
Oh.
And let me ask you this: do you think they made a statue of Macho Man?
No.
You don't think they have?
They haven't. They made one of Ric Flair, and they've made one. They don't make a lot of statues anymore. I wouldn't put it past them to not make one of Macho Man.
Well, I mean, if you did, do you think you'd see it?
No.
They made a statue of Macho Man. What do you think it would be?
I don't know. You tell me.
What do you think? It'd be the Stephanie's bedroom.
Oh, no.
So, it's a freaking joke. I mean, if you can have a Hall of Fame, at least have an address. So if that's the only Hall of Fame I'd laugh at. Like, come on, man, give me a break.
Well, you were one of the most popular stars in wrestling. You're one of my personal favorites. I grew up watching you. You're always entertaining.
I appreciate that, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to date you. I'm not that much younger. Don't worry, but I really do. You really are one of my favorites. But now that you're back in Impact Wrestling, do you think you'd be interested in working more matches following Slammiversary, or do you think you'd be even interested in working as like a producer for the company, helping some of the younger guys?
Well, as far as wrestling again, I mean, it all depends. Truth be known, I work. Believe it or not, I wake up every morning in a good mood. But at some point, somebody's going to piss me off. If somebody pisses me off at Impact Wrestling, then shit's on. So if there's going to be further, whether that leads to another match or not, who knows? But piss me off, and something's going to happen.
Mike Chiari?
Over the course of your career, you've enjoyed a ton of success both as a singles wrestler and as a tag team wrestler with your brother Rick. Looking back at your career, what phase of it have you enjoyed most between being on your own and being part of the Steiner brothers?
Well, it was if you break it down, it really is like two different careers. It was like when I first came from the University of Michigan, I tag team with my brother, wearing the University of Michigan varsity jackets, and that's what I wanted to do, is prove that we were the toughest tag team in wrestling, which we did. And that phase, I was really a different guy back then. It was like, looked at the world through rose-covered glasses, and everything was, But after you've been in the business a while, you get jaded. You see all the bullshit. You start to get pissed off. And at that point, when I went to singles wrestling, I was like, we have beaten everybody. There was really no mountains for us to climb, and it was time for a change. I needed a different outlet. I needed different goals and stuff. And so when I went to singles, that was, at that point I was at any time I could snap. I was at a point where, mentally I was tired of the politics of wrestling, all the backstabbing, all the, candy asses that do shit behind closed doors. And that, I think that came out in my character, because that was really happening. It was just a bunch of shit. And so as far as, which one I can't really say I'm not prouder than doing singles or tags, because I was world tag team titles with my brother on numerous occasions. I was world champion as a single. So they're both satisfying in their own way.
Brandon Galvin, final question.
You're famous for your mic work, and fans hang on every word you say. What did you do to get to that point where you're so comfortable on the mic, and why do you think other wrestlers have a difficult time adjusting to that aspect of the business?
Well, I think why the fans could relate to me is because I went out there. You could tell, I was telling the truth. You could tell I wasn't bullshit. I was telling putting it online, and people didn't like it. Do something about it. A lot of my frustrations were with management. A lot of my frustrations with the candy asses in wrestling that were guys that weren't tough, but try to come across as it was just a bunch of so people could really tell how I came out. The way I spoke my mind was to the point, direct, and really no bullshit. So I think that's why the people related to what I was saying. And as far as nowadays, I mean, I feel sorry for guys nowadays, especially with what they do in the WWE. It's like they're cookie cutters. It's like you got a bunch about 20, 30 idiots, writers, and they got the two biggest idiots, Stephanie McMahon and Hunter McMahon. I mean, I say Hunter McMahon because I can't tell which one's a bigger douche, her or him. So I think I'll give him her last name because he's a man without a backbone, So you got him, those two, and the 30 writers trying to write for all these guys, and they all got the same mindset, and they're trying to make all these characters when the wrestlers, like when my watch came up, was Macho Man, all these other guys. It was basically that was there. You had to come up with your own stuff. You didn't come up with your own stuff, you were not getting over. If you can't relate to the crowd, you can't make the people hate you. You can't make the people like you. You didn't have a job. Now it's like, all right, do this, do this, do this. Everything's like it's too staged, man. It's hard to watch. It really is. I feel bad for the fans because they're cheating the fans, and that's what happens when you don't have competition. So, and you can tell that look at the WWE. The ratings are just horrific. I don't know what to say to these guys. I'll go buy another company so I could bury some other guys. I mean, they're a bunch of assholes. Those two are a bunch of assholes.
It's very true.
That's
competition is what made wrestling so great during the 90s and during your period of time when you were thriving as a top guy, because we don't have that anymore.
Right, and when you got competition, it makes people think. It makes people think outside the box. It means if your ratings are down, you got reach to a higher level or come up with different ideas. Now they just put crap out there, and if it don't work, who cares? What else are they gonna watch? That's their mindset. It's like it's just. I mean, it's just disgusting.
Well, you know what? A huge thank you to our guest tonight, Scott Steiner. Catch him stealing the show at Impact Wrestling Slammiversary pay-per-view, Sunday, July 2nd, on pay-per-view. Call your local cable provider. Tell the fans where else they can support you on social media and stuff.
Yeah, well, right now I have a Sony's restaurant, all American food, brand new restaurant. Of course, we're and a brand new menu. Of course, we're always members for a buffet. It's in Ackworth, Georgia, right off of Highway 75, right across from Cabela's. I mean, that's the thing. When I used to travel a lot, our biggest problem was, getting out of the arena late at night, and it was always hard to find, good food. So that's one thing that I took an interest in, and I tried to provide that for, travelers coming off 75, or just the community of Ackworth or Woodstock, or Cherokee, or just the surrounding areas, just to provide a good restaurant to come down. And it's a bar and grill, so you can also come and watch your favorite sports team, watch your favorite team, watch your Braves, or you're from coming through from Iowa, we'll turn the channel on the Hawkeyes or something. It don't matter. So, come and visit me at Sony's right off Highway 75.
Fantastic. Another huge thank you to Scott Steiner. Thank you very much, and good luck moving forward, sir.
All right, take care, guys.